job. Get down in the car, one time give it all. Bust it open hard, let me see you drop.
What you have seen so far is the Skoda has been to the body shop and it's back. It's been for an MOT. Well, I've done some wiring on the lights, which is going to come out much later because I've still got some loose ends to tie up. It's been for an MOT and I've got a snagging list. So basically, the things that have been noted on the MOT, I'm going to add to my list, and then we're going to tick them off as we go through them, as we repair them, I should say. So we're going to call it L and K. So first thing that they noticed on the MOT was front shock absorbers leaking. Front shocks. Brake discs. What it failed the MOT on. Rear lights. Service. DSG. Service. Cam belt. Condenser. Maybe an E there, not sure. And last but not least, tow bar socket over a rusty patch. Right then, hopefully you can see this. Now, brake, so the GoPro is currently stuck to the car because it's in the garage. So as of this point, service and DSG service are complete. They were done by my friend Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Sorted it right out. When the car went for an MOT, they tried to gas the aircon and the condenser had got a massive hole in it. Not very sound. The condenser, you've got to drop the rad pack out, sort of, to get the condenser out. So you've got to drop the coolant. Now, it needs a cam belt and water pump because I don't know if it's ever been done. So it had this done by somebody else, not me. I've not tried a DSG service. I would like to, but not right now. I was in a rush. So service DSG, that was on a Tuesday evening. Cam belt and condenser was then done on the Thursday. So there's 4 things done. I've got some pictures and clips of this. I've got absolutely nothing other than a receipt for a lot of money for that. Front shocks. I've been advised that my front shocks have got light misting. Says it on the MOT. You'll see if you want to check the number plate. I've been advised not to replace them because after a couple of months they could leak again. Now, it's got dynamic sort of shocks, so I can put it in sport mode. Car's a lot stiffer. When the front shocks start not working at that point, that's when I will replace those. But it's not going to be anytime soon. So, brake discs in the boot of the car, so that's going to be done. Rear lights. So when it went for the MOT, it failed because when I was checking the indicators, I was putting the hazards on, so both sides were flashing. Fantastic. However, when you indicated left, both of them came on the back. When I indicated right, both of them came on the back. Now, bit of a problem that. So, my dad's, well, I always call him my dad's mate, Steve. My mate Steve has come round. He's now living in America, so thank you, Steve, for sorting me out before you left. he come round and looked at these and he was like, right, we're going to disconnect some cables, we're going to test it with a multimeter. And basically, I'd connected a cable from one side of the boot to the other, which may have been a signal cable, and I'd connected it to the indicator cable. So I've literally swapped a wire around between the inside two rear brake indicator lights, and now they work as they're supposed to. Now, another advisory on the MOT with the rear lights is that some of them are brighter than they should be, and it's stopping you sort of making out that either the reverse light or the indicator's on. I'm not entirely sure. But I know that's because they're not coded to the car, they need to do that, and I need to find someone who's willing to do that for me. So that's going to come under a complete video with what I've done with the rear lights, including coding them in and changing the dimmer. Since it's been on the road, I've been on a track day, so I borrowed a trailer, which brings me on to tow bar socket. Now, when I plugged the trailer in, I had 0 lights, but luckily there was nothing on the trailer. I had some time to figure it out. Now, I think this tow bar socket is going to bring another video because there's going to be a lot of work involved with it. It's a 13-pin socket on the back of the car, and I've got power from somewhere up the front to somewhere near the back to keep a caravan fridge cold. But in terms of brake lights, reverse lights, indicators, I've got absolutely nothing. So, did a bit of digging on the internet, found a wiring diagram that's about 2,000 pages long, and I found a couple of fuse locations behind the glove box that said trailer detection. So I dropped 30 amp fuse in there. I got some of my lights back. I dropped another one in another place, in another location, and I got all the lights back. But then I lost my radar guided cruise control. And when I plugged in my reader, it told me that the front sensor was no longer coded to the vehicle, which coding, I need someone for coding. So I panicked a little bit, unplugged all the fuses, the radar comes back. So any suggestions, let me know, because I've got no idea with that one. Drove all the way to Cadwell Park from here, which is about a 2.5 to 3 hour drive, with every light that I needed apart from my right hand indicator. Who knows? So that, I think I'm basically going to have to unwire this tow bar socket and wire it back up. Now, normally, if you watch the video on the Skoda Octavia, I connected the cables up just to the rear light. So opened the boot, rear light here, took all the feeds from there, and then for the opposite side for the indicator, I took it from, well, it fed through that way, so from there as well. This one, there's like a nice chunky black sleeve, which runs all the way to the body control module at the side of the glove box. And then it splits off into 3 different sections. One goes through the firewall, one goes to the body control module, one goes to a little plug, which also goes to the body control module. So let's get some brakes changed with my new toy. Hey, hey. I mean, realistically, I don't need it any higher than that. Wheels can come off. I've got too many wheels in this garage.